Hello and welcome back to another episode of Umineko.
Hi.
How long has it been since we last recorded? Oh, well, we're gonna find
I
out.
don't know, like about a week.
Yeah, about a week. A little less than a week, actually. Oh. Shit,
Yay.
where did we leave off? Where did we leave
I would
off?
have,
Oh,
I
okay.
think it was after one of the murders.
Yeah, no,
I
we
think.
left off right after, Ava Beatrice was like, alright, time to fuck with Rudolph, Kirie, and Hideyoshi.
Yeah.
Alright.
Hehe.
The three people had already arrived at the kitchen and were gathering food supplies. Considering the possibility of poison, they gave up on the alluring fruits and vegetables, and gathered a whole cardboard box full of only the safe canned foods. It was very heavy, but by piling it on the cart, they could carry it well enough. This should be more than enough for 10 people to hold out until tomorrow's breakfast. That should carry them until the boat arrives. The two men were supposed to be focused solely on guard duty, but the weight of the load was tough on Kirie even with the cart. Hideyoshi, who wanted to show off his power, switched to be the cart pusher, and Rudolph and his wife took up the task of guard duty. With all this, even George and the kids will be full. The trip back will be a picnic, so let's go. He really flipped a switch between those two sentences. When Hideyoshi vigorously announced their departure, Kirie frowned and seemed to be gazing into the distance. There was a wall in that direction. No, if her gaze could go through that, there was the main hall beyond it. What is it, Kirie?
It's vague, but I've got a bad feeling gnawing at me.
Kirie stopped walking and narrowed her eyes even further. Women's intuition? At times like this, Kirie's intuition often rang true, even when she didn't have a logical reason. Rudolph believed in that intuition.
Someone's probably waiting to ambush us. I didn't sense them before, but just now I felt it. Just now someone set up an ambush for us.
Then there's no reason to go back the way we came. There's a back door over there, right? Let's leave that way. Rudolph made to unlock the back door. When goods were carried into the kitchen, they never passed through the part of the mansion that the family came in and went from. So outside the back door, there was probably a ramp used to carry things in. Surely they would be able to leave through there with the cart. What the heck? It's stuck. Damn, what's going on?
And you open it?
Nope. Is it broken? It isn't giving an inch. Rudolph tried various things, first using force, then coaxing it. How do you coax a door?
Please open. You want to
Pretty
open so bad.
please! But the lock was as hard as stone and didn't even budge. Don't force it. Let's leave through the front entrance. Right now it'll be even worse if we stand around wasting time. You think this is a trap?
I don't know. Be careful. I'm watching objectively, and I can say this is a trap. Why is the door blocked? There hasn't been anyone in the mansion for a while.
Last time Ava switched them to like a special pocket dimension or whatever the fuck. You remember that?
Yeah, but I mean, yeah.
But like, nah, I feel like they should be like, why the fuck isn't the door open?
Yeah.
With strained expressions, the three of them returned to the hall again and headed for the entrance. Who is it? The instant they exited into the hall, Rudolph noticed a suspicious shadow right in front of them and yelled. In that instant, a storm of gold leaves started blowing. and gold butterflies covered the area with a gold color. I can't believe
hell
it!
yeah.
A lowly human predicted our ambush? It isn't my fault. I was hiding my presence.
Don't hesitate.
The two guns spouted fire. The lead bullets blasted right through the magical defense of the pair as easily as though it were a wet paper wall. But the two figures that should have been there had disappeared. Certainly, guns were frightening objects for them. But there was no need to fear as long as they weren't hit. They at least had enough speed to dodge those. Wait a sec! You won't even give us a chance to say our names? This is why I hate humans! Leviathan was a full 10 meters from where she had supposedly been, popping her head out from behind the pillars in the shadow of the staircase and protesting. In accordance with Major Sama's orders, we will hunt you down. Our orders tell us to make it take some time to tease you. You are free to resist, but know that it will be useless. That voice came from overhead. Belphegor could be seen on top of the hall chandelier. Fuck yeah! Elegantly looking down upon them, she proclaimed their execution with a cruel smile. What are these girls?
Forget the cart. We have 2 opponents, so if we split up, they can't chase all of us.
All 3 of them were well acquainted with the inside of the mansion. In case of a crisis, they had planned to run off in separate directions, returning to the guest house by breaking windows or leaving through a back door. Fighting was forbidden, as long as they could fully escape. In a tight spot, escaping is victory. The 3 of them ran into the depths of the mansion at full tilt. That pair of furniture calmly watched them go. Well, this'll be easy. I'll kill the woman, you take the man. Understood. The furniture in the shadows of the pillars and on the chandelier made their figures explode, and, leaving behind only the sound of a hopping beetle knocking against the wall, they pursued their respective targets. Their speed was overwhelming, and they easily blocked the others' paths of retreat.
Let's see what this furniture's got. I hope they're at least able to amuse me.
Dear Sama, it may not be prudent for you to reveal your form unnecessarily.
And you don't unnecessarily move your king away from the center. And then that's part of a monarch's and a witch's dignity.
Belphegor was already blocking the way in front of Rudolph, who had boldly tried to escape to the second floor. It's useless to try and resist or escape. You don't need to think about anything. Just close your eyes. I'll gently hit it all for you. You'd make a good wife. Husbands love to hear that kind of thing when they come home all tired. To think you're still relaxed enough to speak with such insolence at a time like this! You're just like your son. Future Sama, thank you for this excellent prey. Die! Rudolph shot first. But even before the bullet could hit Whoa! But even before that bullet could hit her, Belphegor had already moved behind Rudolph's back. She then raised a purple curve, springing out from her arm. However, incredibly, before that arm could decapitate Rudolph, he had swung his gun behind him. The barrel remained pointing behind his back, from the same motion with which he had reloaded the sawed-off gun one-handedly. It was pointing right at Belphegor's chest. Click, click, clunk. It was the sound of the ejected empty cartridge finally hitting the wall after the reload. In other words, it meant that the next shot was already fully loaded. Without turning around, his gun pointed right at Belphegor's chest. Rudolph grinned. Not bad. For a middle-aged man. Don't look down on the generation that loves old westerns, okay? You brats don't know anything about the refinement of a lover action. I am rocking with this banter, honestly. Just like Rudolph, Kyrie was also confronting a demon snake in the first floor corridor. What a moron! You could have just escaped with your husband. You do know that was your final farewell just now, right?
Don't worry. Lifting is my husband's specialty.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Does he runs from angry women a lot?
What is so, actually? I'm sure he'll come for me on a white horse soon. That's crazy. Because he's never failed to come and save me when I'm in trouble. Not even when Asumu-san was around.
Isn't Asumu-san his first wife?
Yeah.
Insane! Insane! Yeah, he fucking left. Yeah, he fucking was on his way to help me even when he was married to his first wife.
Yeah.
That. Can you imagine if Battler heard that?
Yeah. He probably knew. Like he's. Hey, Battler probably knew, and that's probably part of why he so much.
I mean, yeah, very valid. I'd be fucking pissed. When I have a couple, I'm jealous. I am Leviathan of envy. Envy itself is my power. My anger, my lifeblood.
I agree. Envy is the source of women's power.
If you say so.
That is power. I won't lose to a girl like you.
Imagine saying that to the one who governs envy. You actually think I'd let you two be reunited? I'll give you a tragic farewell. The armed Leviathan. Oh god. The armed Leviathan swung was trailed by a purple curve. It was a magic blade that cut with the power of malice. Kirie blocked it with her gun. Even though the magic blade should have cut through the metal like butter, the gun, with its extremely high magic resistance power, was able to block the blade as easily as if it were a rolled up newspaper. Rapidly, 2 times, 3 times, it blocked all of them. And, without missing the opening created when the purple curve took a swing upward, Kirie kicked Leviathan in the stomach with her heel. Leviathan was knocked away like a lightly dancing feather. Before the demon snake's feet touched the ground again, Kirie was already pointing her gun directly at Leviathan midair. From that position, the two women who had called envy a form of power met each other's gaze. Can you do it? Can you pull that trigger? Oh!
I can be brutal when my husband isn't around.
I want her! Sorry. Ow, 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 ow. Fuck. Rudolph tumbled down the staircase. He'd been gradually cornered by Belphegor, and had been pushed back into the main hall they'd started from.
The predecessor Sama's furniture is pretty good. They aren't very flashy, though.
Sama! It isn't over yet, and it's dangerous to show yourself! Don't tell me you're... Ava? What the fuck?
That used to be my name. But it's different now, Rudolph.
You don't have to tell me. You're going to say you're the Golden Witch Beatrice, right?
How did you know?
Since the time Rosa was killed, I had a vague idea. Rosa, forgive me. Forgive me for sending the sister you hated down to the hell you're in. Damn! That's a... Whoa! Wait! Damn! That's a fucking baller line! Banjo-sama, look out! Rudolph mercilessly pointed the barrel of his gun at the witch who claimed to have once been his sister. But Belphegor would not permit that and attacked savagely. She disappeared, and headed for Rudolph's back. She dodged that shot and again headed for Rudolph's back, and vanished over and over, instantly moving into Rudolph's blind spots. It was almost like she was a fairy. As she blinked in and out of vision, Belphegor incessantly drove towards Rudolph.
Maybe this is kind of fun. Rudolph, let me sit back and watch to see how long your brave efforts last you.
At that time, there was a dull tearing sound, along with Rudolph's cry of anguish. Rudolph's reaction to the dance of the purple curve that pressed upon him had finally been too slow, and he let it lightly cut his flank. That single wound slowed him down just once. That led to a new wound, which slowed his actions again. Belphegor's dance began to swallow Rudolph whole. Watching Rudolph's body gradually get carved up, his former sister let out a shrill laugh. Leviathan could no longer hide her irritation that Kyrie hadn't suffered a single fatal wound. Hell yeah! I really am a moron! Among the 7 sisters, I was always the slowest to grow. I was always slow, always weak, always stupid! That inferiority complex became envy. And when I convert that into power, I gain a strength greater than that of any of the sisters. She's just trauma dumping on Kyrie right now?
Yeah. It's important for young girls to have a moderate inferiority complex. It teaches women about cosmetics and hard work. 2 very different things.
This was so clearly written by a man.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is not meant to be taken as the actual, like, the message of the story.
I mean, yeah, but he fucking still wrote that.
Or, yeah, it's definitely written by, like, a meaning cis man.
Yeah.
And I said cis because that's gonna show up later, probably.
What?
You know there's trans characters in this.
I did not actually. I just assumed it was all headcanon. Just so you.
Well, he's written some very transgender characters.
Okay.
By the way, it's not a spoiler to say that there's trans characters in this.
I mean,
yeah, definitely very well-meaning. But
it's good.
Yeah, that's not how women talk at all. At least most of the women I know don't talk like this. But yeah, it's definitely self-aware.
Okay. I don't like having to use the limits of my power against mere humans, but I can turn my envy of your ability to trust completely in your husband into power. I don't like it. Why are you so relaxed when you're fighting for your life?
I
get it. You're fully convinced that your husband will come to your rescue and save you. Isn't it incredible, that trust of yours? It's enough to make me jealous. Insane that she trusts a man so much, considering that he was in an affair with her.
Yeah.
That's like
He
such
stayed loyal to her throughout that affair. He married her afterwards, so
It's like such an insane amount of trust. What kind of trust did we sisters have for each other?
The sisters are always looking down on each other, trying to thirdly lambast each other when things already look bad. I've always been bullied by my sisters. I've always wanted just one person to take my side. So when I see you with a single ally who is completely trustworthy, I feel the strongest envy. Oh my god. Umineko mod that replaces the Seven Sisters sprites with the drawings Dubus Goobus has made for the Seven Sins.
What?
I'll send you the picture.
What's... Okay.
Dubus Goobus is a YouTube animator I really like. He's really funny. He's really funny. I really like him. And he recently drew the 7 Deadly Sins. I sent it to you over Instagram.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna put a picture up because if you don't know who Dubus Goobus is, go look him up because I'm in the position to shout out YouTubers, of course. Oh. I feel the strongest envy. Ah, the confident expression of utter belief in your husband! I can feel it giving me power! I might even surpass that! The speed of sound! Leviathan turned herself into a snake, and the speed of her flight as she attacked was proportional to the strength of her envy. Since the day my sisters looked down on me, I was jealous from the bottom of my heart of the other six grew quickly. I was jealous for 7 days and 7 nights! You can see the power I gained as a result in my speed! Die, you're setting me up, Kyrie! The demon snake exposed her true form, leaping about at a terrible speed. The noise from her bouncing off the wall sounded like a machine gun. By now, Kyrie probably couldn't tell if it was a single snake or a swarm of beetles flying and bouncing around. Leviathan was over 100% certain of a victory, believing in it from the bottom of her heart. Then, Kyrie spoke with an unbelievably calm voice.
I was the one who went out with Rudolph-san first. Asumu blatantly cut in between us and shrewdly got pregnant.
Wait! So, Rudolph dated Kyrie first. Asumu got with Rudolph while... Huh?
This is Kyrie's point of view.
Touche, this is Kyrie's point of view. And shrewdly got pricked. Oh my god!
I don't blame Rudolph-san. That woman used her body as a weapon to seduce him. And then acted more repulsively, cornering Rudolph-san and forcing him to get engaged to her.
Can you imagine if Battler heard this?
Asumu-san had been carrying Battler-kun. And at the same time, I was also carrying a boy.
What? What?
As fate would have it, our delivery dates were on the same day. Then, Asumu-san gave birth to Battler-kun. But I had a miscarriage.
I really thought they were about to be like, yeah, there's another kid in the in Rudolph and Kyrie's family.
That's the 19th person.
Battler's secret half-brother.
I think about it sometimes. What if Asumu-san had... I hate how words can repeat themselves in English, by the way. Had the miscarriage, and I had been the one to give birth. Would Rudolph-san have broken off his engagement and married me? But I couldn't give birth to my child. So until Asumu-san died...
I thought Leviathan was trauma dumping on Kyrie, but nah, they're just in a trauma off.
Until I got pregnant with Angie, I cursed Asumu-san and was jealous.
Oh my god!
Let Asumu-san die, Then I want him to marry me. In my envy, I kept cursing like that, over and over, until Asumu-san finally died. I was certain. I was certain that I'd use the power of magic to kill Asumu-san.
I want Meta Battler to show up. I need to know how he reacts to this.
But that didn't quell the flames of my envy. Don't tell anyone, okay? Every time I look at Battler-kun, I remember that woman.
What?
Every single time I look at him, I think that if only my child had been born, he'd be the same age. I'm still jealous of her, tormented by her, even now and from now on. Into the future, for all eternity. You say you were jealous of your sisters for 7 days and 7 nights?
That's right. Oh, fuck.
Don't make me laugh, little girl. How could you understand the madness of a woman whose man was stolen from her? Who's burned with envy for 18 years?
Oh my god, Kirie!
She's normal.
Ah!
She's so normal.
If Leviathan had the power of 24 hours times 77 days, or 168 hours of speed, then the power that Kirie had was 24 hours in 1 day, 365
Why?
days in 1 year, and 18 whole years. Even without counting leap years. That was a total of 157,680 hours! Compared to
Why does he keep doing math?
compared to Leviathan's power and speed, it was more than 938 times greater. So even if Leviathan could soar at the speed of sound, 1,225 kilometers an hour, to Kirie's eyes it only looks like 1 out of 938 of that. Which means 1,225 divided by 938 is a speed of 1.30 kilometers an hour. They say humans' walking speed is 4 kilometers an hour, so it's even less than half of that. That is almost the same speed as a baby crawling on the floor. This is insane! Just to have that fucking lore drop about Kirie, and then instant math!
And then just do math about yeah.
Are you okay? I need to
He's
give
very special.
I need to give Battler a hug. Like, God, he didn't ask for this.
I mean, I gotta say, playing devil's advocate here, Kirie is nice to him.
She is nice to him. But if I found out, if I had a step-parent, if I had a stepmom, after my mom died, like, if I was in Battler's position, I'd be crushed to find out this is what Kirie thinks of me.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'd be destroyed.
I think this is something that not even Rudolph knows.
Does Battler ever react to this? Which means... In the time it took the demon stake to move at a pace so slow that you could count all the bits of dust floating through the air, Kirie looked at it with pity. She pitied the slowness at which it came towards her. Then she lazily raised the barrel of her gun, almost as though she was trying to swallow the demon stake up with the gun barrel.
You're completely lacking in both romance and envy. Try harder next time, little girl. Oh. Rudolph, what happened to all that vigor from a couple seconds ago? You're supposed to slice up a fish while it's still flopping around. After it dies, it isn't interesting anymore. That's enough. Why not kill you now?
Damn it. I'm surprised you managed to endure this long after being carved up. That's enough. From now on, you don't need to think about anything. I'll steal away your life painlessly.
Wait, there's a favor I want to ask.
Alright, Rudolph.
At the very end, I want to do one of those.
What do you mean, one of those?
You know, that thing you see in all the westerns.
Oh, okay. Holy Christ.
We start with our
What
backs.
did you think he was gonna say?
I don't fucking know, it's Rudolph and a hot girl.
We start with our backs
A
together.
three-way. Hey, Kirie.
Kirie,
Sorry.
Get over here. I want to try three-way before I
That's how
die.
he saves her.
Walk
He
three,
saves her.
Saves her, then he bangs her, man. That's how you do.
walk 3 steps and then bang.
Yeah.
Ah, a duel. Very well. If that will satisfy your regrets in this world, I'll accept. Rudolph moved his wound-covered body and turned his back to her. Belphegor responded and turned her back to his. Belphegor had an honest nature that was uncommon in a witch's furniture. Let me warn you, even if you press the barrel of your gun between my eyebrows, I can move instantaneously, even faster than you could pull the trigger and have the bullet reach my skull.
Yeah, I can feel that already. You're faster than a bullet.
I have agreed to this out of respect for your courage and challenge me to a duel despite that knowledge. Thank me.
Well, you're an honest and principled person. And a good woman. You might just steal my heart away.
Did you just hear Kyrie in the distance? What? Just a very muffled scream of what? What did you just send me? Alright, hold on.
It's the way this last scene was drawn in the manga.
Okay.
Pretty awesome.
Oh my god, she looks even more evil.
The hair grab.
God damn.
So awesome.
Here, let me...
Huh?
Hold on, I'm pinning that message and I'll throw it up right now. That's what it looks like in the manga. Alright. Now back to the game.
Keeps opening.
Huh?
My door keeps opening. Just really windy out.
Let's begin. 3 steps will do fine, yes? Worst 1 step.
2 steps.
3 steps. Is that okay?
Yup. And since you still haven't noticed after walking 3 whole steps, it's my victory, miss.
What? Ah! Damn, playing dirty. Rudolph turned around and fired a bullet. However, Belphegor could easily see through the speed and trajectory of a bullet like that. It should have been no problem at all to dodge it. But a spray of fresh blood flew out. Belphegor had set up an adequate magical defensive barrier. But before an incarnation of anti-magic power such as that bullet, it was completely meaningless. What the fuck?
What are you doing? Why'd you got hit?
The bullet had hit Belphegor right in the chest. The pain from the lead caused her to grimace, as did the pain from the denial of magic.
Forgive me. I'm a coward of a man.
I noticed. He's a muppet of a man.
What a killjoy. A furniture of a witch could be defeated by a human. I know your shame. Worthless, pathetic. If only you just grovel and die.
Quit it, Aniki. She could have dodged it, but she didn't. She realized that you were in the line of fire, Aniki. So this faithful girl took it without dodging, protecting you. At the very end, she saw that it was pinning the rook and the king.
Spectacular.
Don't hate me for it. I planned to resign if you noticed it while you were taking the 3 steps.
You added those 3 steps. Out of consideration for me hitting you. I didn't even try to think about it. I was lazy.
You were a good woman. Go to heaven before me and get yourself all made up.
Come and chat you up. What would Kirie say, Rudolph? This is the most respect I've ever had for Rudolph. As Belphegor slowly fell over, she lost even the power that kept her in human form. And she grew small, like gold dust, melting into thin air. At that point, Kirie dashed in. It seemed that she had somehow defeated her pursuer by her own hands. Hopefully she didn't say any really fucked up shit that would horribly ruin her relationship with her stepson. As she pointed the barrel of her gun straight at the witch, she ran up to the wound-covered Rudolph.
Are you okay? Were you chatting someone up just now?
Yep, a good woman. No match for you, of course. Sorry, Aniki. It's checkmate.
Are they actually? Holy shit, please, this would be so funny. 2 of them pinned the witch down with the barrel of their guns.
Worthless furniture. To think they'd be beaten by human opponents. Worthless. Stupid. Boring.
Beatrice, we should retreat for now. There's no furniture or barrier to guard us against bullets here.
Who the fuck is this guy?
The witch began to let out a muffled laugh. It surprised not only Rudolph and Kirie, but Renove as well. Because a situation like this, with 2 guns pointed at her, was not one that even a witch could just laugh off. But the witch laughed with pleasure.
Well, it's only natural that the predecessor Sama's worn-out furniture couldn't do it. I need to get new furniture that's suitable for me. I use them out of obligation, but I've always hated secondhand stuff.
I get it, you're a bougie bitch. As she said that, she looked down at Belphegor's remains.
You can...
Huh?
I was saying, yeah, you can afford all new stuff all the time.
As she said that, she looked down at Belphegor's remains, which had already finished turning into a pile of gold dust with disgust. Fuck you! Put some respect on my girl's name!
I don't know what you're talking about. Be a good girl and put your hands up.
Then, the witch obediently raised her hands. But instead of raising her hands because a gun was being pointed at her, because a gun was being pointed at her, it looked more like she was a conductor facing an orchestra, waving her conductor's baton.
Come, arise, furniture suitable for me. Not that cheap furniture, much stronger ones. Cruel ones. Yeah. Stop this bizarre act. I'll pull the trigger.
Then why are you fucking hesitating?
Why didn't they?
Pull the
Trigger.
fucking trigger!
They should have just shot her.
In response
They
to the
should have
witch's...
just shot her while she was standing there.
Yeah, they're fucking idiots! In response to the witch's call, the hall was once again buried with the color of gold. She fucking summons the Cenobites from Hellraiser.
Oh, hell yeah.
Honestly,
So awesome.
honestly,
They should write fan fiction of that.
legit, I think they might be cruel enough for her. I think Ava, Beatrice, and the
Yeah,
Cenobites
I
would get
agree.
along. As the brilliantly
Yeah, honestly, never never estimate anyone who does hook suspension.
as she
I couldn't find the words. Sorry.
It's okay. As the brilliantly radiant gold butterflies danced, it felt as though they were being sucked into an ocean of gold leaf. Muronove was shocked at that upsurge in magical power. After all, it far surpassed that of his former master. As their eyes were dazzled amidst this golden flash, a gunshot could be heard. Either Rudolph or Kirie had fired a round. Took them this long to fucking do it. Then, when the gold flash subsided, at the very least the witch was standing there looking cool and composed. The bullet? Kirie must have fired it into her, but the witch had not been hit anywhere on her body. There it is. The bullet had fastened in midair right in front of the witch's chest. A bulletproof barrier. In an instant, a barrier that would require a significant amount of preparation, even for the predecessor had been. Ronove's face was twisted in shock, and the surprises did not end there. The cloud of gold butterflies had created two humanoid forms. Who the fuck are these two? All right, are you gonna have me Are you gonna have me voice these two as well, or?
I can voice one of them.
All right. Do you want the one on the left or the one on the right?
Honestly, I don't know.
So there's pink hair and then
I guess
wrinkle.
the one on the left, the pink one.
Pink one. All right. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. All right.
it could be bald.
It was a furniture summoning. She got bunny girls. All right. So, all right, you got pink hair, and I got blue hair and pronouns. Got it.
Yeah, this is the trans character.
Wait, legit?
No, I'm
Oh,
joking.
okay,
I
okay.
thought it was funny because you said blue hair and pronouns.
All right, I had to be sure. The butterflies peeled off and flew away, and beneath some furniture in the shape of girls showed themselves. The Chester sisters' corp. Even the predecessor wasn't able to summon Pendragon's memorial troops on a moment's notice, and to do it so easily. Okay, I think I heard the. All right. Chester 45. That's you.
Yeah, it's like Chester,
Ah,
like
fuck.
Chester, but with an E.
Who knows?
I mean, that's what I've mostly.
All right. Do you want to read? Oh no, I read the introductions. Chester 45. Chester, whatever. A weapon in a contract with Beatrice. 45 has a methodical and timid personality, as well as a fairly strong persecution complex. Thanks to that, she's well suited to shoring up the weaknesses of 410's rough personality when they work as a pair. She can't stand silence, so she'll often become emotionally insecure if she isn't being ordered around by someone constantly. 45 excels in search and decision-making capabilities. The support she provides doubles the combative force of the sisters. Chester 410. A weapon in a contract with Beatrice. 410 is a kid with a strong personality, whose peculiar style of speech tends to make light of people. She likes laughing at people who are serious or can never relax, which is why she's so fond of 45 and Lucifer. Her choice of words may be coarse, but she loves company and gets lonely easily. She gets depressed if there isn't someone talking with her constantly. 410 is particularly skilled when it comes to firing control, and she can wield unparalleled Fuck, I can't talk. Combative force, even in close range fighting. Alright, we're back. I paused the recording to workshop my voice for Chester 410.
It took that long.
Yeah, it took a while. What I decided to go with is a very shitty, because I'm not going to give myself any credit. I can't do impressions. Though apparently there was one time where I did a pitch-perfect Bubble Bass from SpongeBob impression. But that's lost to the ether. I'm going to do a very shitty Haru from Beastars impression. You know, the rabbit girl. Chester 410 right here. Again, I said it's going to be bad, and I'm going to workshop it as we go, much like Renove's. Do we need to workshop your voice for 45?
Oh, sorry. I thought I didn't realize you had it. Mr. 45, right here.
Oh, that's a good voice.
You two are suitable furniture for me, I take it.
From reading a picture... Shit, I'm going into the scissors. From reading a picture book out aloud to going on a date.
Seems like it would... That seems like it would be an appropriate voice for her too, though.
The sisters and 410. To going out on a date to shooting down meteorites. We'll take care of everything. To going on a date? Ah, damn, flirting? In my visual novel?
Yeah.
Okay, well, these two are adorable. I love them.
Yeah. Shout out gay people.
Shout out gay people.
Woman.
Shout out gay people. It's Pride Month while we're recording this, but it's not gonna be when it's uploaded.
The Pride Month episode. What's gonna be the Pride Month episode?
I'm not sure. Well, there have been a few uploaded already. But I didn't have like a specific idea for a Pride Month episode.
These bitches gay. Good for them.
Good for them. Anyway, go on.
If we don't take care of it, Pentagon somehow will get mad at us. Please, your orders, great Lady Beatrice. Rudolph-san. Run for it. We're no match for these ones.
What are you talking about? I've been trying to get you in Bunny Girl cosplay for years. Sure.
Kitty definitely heard warning sirens going off in her head, thanks to the same feeling that had alerted her to the ambush by the Seven Sisters of Purgatory. Without hesitation, they escaped. As the witch elegantly watched them leave, she commanded her new furniture.
This is an order. It's who ran away. And then bring the corpses back here. I'll bring him back to life and play with them over and over.
Meta Battler bursts out of the meta world and just fucking fully hits her over the head with a rolled up newspaper, like that. The witch's expression twisted into an evil smile. Even though she feared that expression, Lucifer appeared and spoke. Forgive my presumption, but the predecessor someone asked that you avoid brutal actions of that sort. When the witch stared at her with those terrifying eyes, Lucifer was struck dumb. She was frustrated. It was so boring, not being able to let her own power and cruelty run wild. This annoying furniture of the predecessor kept telling her to show restraint, bringing her irritation to a peak. Shit. Oh, it's Lucifer of Pride. Long time no see, yeah. How you doing? Let's play together again sometime.
You mustn't whisper, 410. You'll get in trouble. Let us carry out the Great Lady Beatrice's order at once.
Yeah, well, yeah, we are on the job right now, yeah.
What the fuck?
Booted firing guidance system. 410, 410, roger that. Preparing for sniping pursuit combat.
Accumulating terrain data. Accumulating data for firing. Data link with 410.
What kind of cyberpunk type shit is this? 410, data received. Target lock acquired. Commencing terrain calculation error correction. Formulating firing curve. Supplemental control point calculations complete. Data link to 45.
.45 data received. Checking hazard zone. Ah, that's no good.
Listener Sam, better get out from behind us, or you'll get roasted by the backblast. Thanks to their paired measurements, the Chiester sisters were able to instantly calculate the terrain throughout the mansion and the coordinates of their targets, as well as firing curve to reach them as a firing curve. That's right, their shots could be guided to follow a curved line. None could escape. The precision guidance used by the Seven Sisters of Purgatory was nothing more than a cheap knockoff of the ability these two held.
Five firing preparations concluded. Ammo type selected and loaded.
Are you about to kiss? As the two of them faced each other, it was as though they were both pulling back a bowstring together. Oh fuck, what the hell? A dazzling gold arrow was ready there. For 10, firing. After giving that announcement, they released a single arrow together. As the path taken by the gold sparkling snake of light drew a curve, it followed the direction that Rudolph and Kyrie had escaped into in a rapid pursuit. It turned through the corridor, sprawled over the floor, chasing them as it drew a beautiful curve. No one could block the guided shots of the Chiester sisters. No one could escape from them. And their strengths could pierce all physical and magical defenses. It was quite a merciless guided weapon of certain death. However, among mythical class soldiers, it was a weapon used by pretty much everyone. It was very commonplace for them, and very extraordinary for those of the everyday world.
What the?
When he noticed something rapidly chasing them and turned around. Well, the exact position of Rudolph's heart was pierced by the gold snake. It all happened in an instant.
Rudolph-san?
After the gold snake pierced Rudolph, he swooped down to the floor, drawing a beautiful spiral, coiled itself around Kyrie's legs, and crawled up to her chest. Weird, but alright. And just like Rudolph...
What's weird about it?
It doesn't need to coil around her legs and up her chest. And just like Rudolph, it pierced the exact location of her heart, and all that happened in an
They're
instant.
flirting with her.
It pierced Rudolph and then Kyrie. So they died, dropped to their knees, and fell over at the almost the exact same time.
What's this? Talk about overwhelming. Ridiculously easy, isn't it? This is the kind of furniture I need. Way different from predecessor Sama's secondhand furniture. Come on, bring their corpses here. I'll keep reviving them until I'm bored. And I'll try killing them in as brutal a way as I can think of. To think being a witch could be so much fun. Taking a life could be so much fun.
Damn, girl, not even a day has passed. From the time humans are born, the most shunned action they can take is the murder of another human. It's only natural that humans can't understand how pleasurable it can be to break this taboo. Fucking hell. But she was no longer a human. She was a witch. And there were some pleasures that only witches could understand. By now, she had tasted those pleasures and was totally immersed in them. After learning that the contents of the forbidden pot were honey, she could no longer live without them. No, maybe the contents were honey because they were forbidden. Or maybe she's just a fucking psychopath. It's like a day hasn't, not even a day passed. And she's already killing in such brutal, over-the-top ways. Anyway, by killing humans gruesomely and doing it over and over, she could feel the drug-like pleasure even now. As the witch rolled over laughing, the gold snake that had just been shot returned as though it had been being reeled in. As the two people were pinned and dragged along. The witch's order had been fulfilled.
Love when that happens.
Rudolph and Kyrie had been killed instantly, and their corpses had been carried back.
Chester's 45 and 410. Their execution complete. We await your next order, great Lady Beatrice. Please, your orders.
From babysitting to playing online games with you. Oh! Okay. So, they're timeless beings. Alright. Okay, I wasn't really, I didn't really think they were going to be revealed to be, like, outside of time. Like, this is the 80s. I don't think online...
I guess they are.
Yeah, online games, I'm almost positive, didn't exist in the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh. That's a weird quick look. Ava Beatrice, like, turns over, what the fuck do you mean online games? So shooting down a space
No,
shuttle.
you see, she's talking to the audience.
Shit, Chester, I'll play 410. I'll play a fucking online game with you. Wanna have a farm on Stardew? The shooting down a space shuttle will take care of everything.
It looks like these two are the sacrifices for the 4th and 5th Twilights. So in the end, only those worthless 7 sisters. Or are they the 5 sisters now? I need those guys to pierce and gouge the forehead and the chest. But I can do that at the very end, and I'm free to play in any way I want until then, right? Wait. Have you already forgotten what I've told you? Oh, it's you, Predecessor-sama. Any complaints?
Yes, if you do this, Balor will still be mad at me.
Of course I do. Doing whatever you please, aren't you? Why have... Sorry. Why haven't you followed my directions? What's wrong with doing as I please, Predecessor-sama? Anyway, I don't plan on deviating from the rules of the ceremony in the slightest. I'll definitely clean these 2 corpses up later and drive stakes into their foreheads and chest. I'm telling you, that is not the problem. If you act so undignified and cruel, people might take it badly. You mean your opponent in that game, the one you're supposedly fighting against somewhere? Ronove told me.
Damn, Ronove, you fucking gossip.
That blabbermouth. Well, to be perfectly honest, that's how it is. If you go a little too far, that person will object, you see? Why can't this person just complain to me directly instead of making you take a message? That coward.
God, I would love Battler to roll up and punch Ava Beatrice in the face.
Well, this is the resident of a different world from yours. There's no choice but to use me as an intermediary. Well, that's the point, but...
Oh, fuck.
Which this person couldn't interact with me even if they wanted to. And I can't interact with them even if I want to either. Simply put, completely unrelated person from a world that distant, right? Indeed. For example, perhaps you could say worlds are like very close parallel lines. The distance between them is quite small. But because the lines are parallel, they will never cross. For now, that shall be a convenient way for you to view that world. They never cross. Which means that world has nothing to do with me. You're speaking for that person when you tell me to show restraint. Pass this message on to them. To them? What should I say? It's none of your business, so disappear, you old hag. If only you'd just give up and die.
He's younger than you!
Also, nephew.
Yeah! Also, that's your fucking nephew, you fucking freak!
What?
God. Who knew to make me like Beatrice, they just had to make an even shittier Beatrice?
Oh, I'm sorry. It was a friend of yours. I just assumed she'd be a woman. By old hag, I'm definitely not talking about you, predecessor Sama. Please don't get mad at me.
Please, Beatrice, please, Beato, just be like, he's younger than you. Just like, he's your fucking nephew, you freak. Fuck, I'm just imagining Batlord, like, just fucking trying, like, alright, Virgilia, fucking open up a portal, let me at her. When she spoke, the witch was looking straight into Beatrice's eyes. Anyone present would be able to tell what she meant by it.
Predecessor Sama, something I find really strange. Why do you have to play a game with someone from another world? And have him or witch? Well, as to that, it's because making all humans accept the existence of witches is a prerequisite. Control. There was a single holdout who simply wouldn't accept me as a witch.
That's my boy.
Why would you need the approval of a human? Witches are witches and can use magic, so why should we need to be acknowledged by humans? Well, earlier, magic is... I am a witch. I can use magic without anyone's approval in particular, so what's your point? In this world, right? However, since that person won't accept it... how should I explain it? Need you to. After all, it's all about a different world that never crosses into this one. In other words, that world might as well not exist.
Yeah, say that when Balor says go fuck yourself to you.
You fighting a game in another world is absolutely no different from you telling me stuff from your imagination. I'll say it again. It has nothing to do with me. And I am already a witch.
I hope, I pray that Battler becomes this Battler becomes another opponent for this Beatrice. Just so she can get her fucking comeuppance. Fuck her. Fuck her. I hate this bitch.
Predecessor Sama, somehow or another, it seemed that you can't become a witch as long as this person doesn't acknowledge you. Different. Even though no one has acknowledged me, I'm an excellent witch already. Since you are my predecessor, I will formally pay you respect. That's out of kindness, not out of duty. I won't ask for your advice anymore, because I clearly know what I should do and how I should play from now on.
Please, Ava Beatrice, lose at the end of this game. That'd be so fucking funny. Her talking all this shit and she fucking loses.
That would be pretty funny. So I will carry out the murder of 13 people as a final act of respect for you. However, there's absolutely no reason for you to interfere with the methods I use, or what I do afterwards. Therefore, I'll be counting on you in that regard.
At a glance, those words seem obedient, but they contain with them a clear parting of ways. She was no longer under Beato's care in any way. That's why she was clearly saying nothing more than "don't get in the way of my fun." Beato understood that, and was dejected, realizing that no matter how she explained it, she wouldn't be able to make the witch understand.
I see. Then it is no longer my problem. Go and learn with your own body how magic ceases to exist when you lose your respect for it.
Please! Please! Fuck! Please!
I wish you'd tell me where the respect was in that carefree rampage of yours up until now.
After hearing that, Beato could not respond, because she remembered hearing the exact same thing from her teacher.
Okay now. Sisters? My predecessor on her way back.
Predecessor Sama, please leave this place.
Don't scolded?
Throughout her body, Beato felt something unseeable from the Chiesa sisters, which could only be described as an oppressive sensation. Most likely, they were initiating firing calculations. It was an action much like taking out a gun and cocking it. Even Beato could not escape the Chiesa sisters' attacks without any preparation. In the past, she had placed her greatest trust in them, so she knew how terrifying they were down to her very soul. Predecessor Sama, if you would retire, I would not recommend damaging Beatrice Sama's moods any further. Predecessor Sama.
I understand. I'll leave for now. I'll watch over you until over the end you eventually reach at my leisure.
It was almost infinitely close to a parting shot. So after Beato vanished, the witch and her purser doubled over laughing.
Well, I do understand. The endless power is fun. The joy of freely toying with an extremely limited life cannot be explained to those who have not tasted it. I can understand the feeling of being possessed with a pleasure similar to drugs. It must have been quite fun, judging by your antics in the past. Are you saying it's like when you tried to admonish me in the past, over and over, and I did not listen? Why have you started trying to scold that child for her actions? Well, there's a single large difference between you and that child. That child may already be a witch. Of course, you are also a witch. At least, in the world on top of the game board. However, to be acknowledged as a witch in the world outside the game board, you need to have Battler-kun, your opponent, in this game, acknowledge you. You must have understood that when you started the game. Thought that if I could show off a whirlwind of proof that I am a witch, blow away his desire to deny me and make him surrender, he would acknowledge me as a witch. It all went my way last time, so I thought I was just a breath away. It's actually the opposite. Battler-kun was disgusted by your brutality. He did not step up to the plate as a player because he acknowledged you as a worthy opponent. It was based on a strong animosity, his resolve to completely deny the existence of a brutal witch. In your foolishness, you probably felt that Battler-kun's acceptance as his role as your opponent was a first step towards making you acknowledge you as a witch. However, it was actually the opposite. Battler-kun then challenged you in this game because he was absolutely determined not to acknowledge you. No matter how hard the thoughtless north wind blows, the traveler only wears his cloak even tighter. You were committing a huge error from the very beginning. This game is not torture to make Battler-kun surrender. It is a test in which you must try to make Battler-kun accept you. I vaguely noticed that. The last game was a tough one for Battler. But as it seems you've already noticed, this game is a tough one for you. Well, what should I do from now on? Think about it for yourself. Fortunately, you have already given up your pieces on the game board to the new witch. You should have plenty of time to reflect upon your own self. But Battler's already a massive hostility to me. He won't accept witches, so he won't accept me. In that case, what can I do to make him accept me? Are you saying that if the north wind doesn't work, then I should shine on him as the sun from now on? Me, after all this time? It's October now. This the Halloween season. It's the month of rebirth when the sun dies and is revived again.
I thought she was gonna imply that Beatrice should wear some sort of sexy Halloween costume and ask for forgiveness.
So funny.
I really thought that was the way this was gonna go.
Really funny. When the sun is weak right after reviving, may not reach far through the cold winter winds. However, it slowly grows, and is eventually able to hail the coming of spring. At that time, the traveler may even fold up his cloak. Are you saying I'm mistaken?
Are we really getting a Beatrice redemption arc? Fuck yeah! The beautiful hall of the Umineko mansion was covered with a golden sparkle like gold leaf, and stained deep red with thick spurts of blood. The number of deaths given to Rudolph and Kidei had long surpassed anything you count on both your fingers and toes. That times at least at least 21. You know? The witch was breathing so hard because her shoulders The witch was breathing so hard her shoulders shook, but it wasn't because she was tired. She just couldn't hide her ragged breath caused by her still uncontainable excitement.
How fun it is to do as I will with people's lives and deaths. With the power of the Endless Witch, everything I paint with my mind becomes reality. No matter how sloppily I mash them, I can revive them, returning them to normal with just a snap of my fingers. Because in the end, I just have to restore the corpses and follow the epitaph as an afterthought. Hey guys, have you ever sliced a stuffed animal's stomach open?
Never. What about you, 45? Sweetheart.
No, I've never done it. My apologies. That's understandable. Normally you wouldn't. Especially with animal you liked. I've always thought about it.
Of course you have.
I always thought about peeking in and seeing what was inside this fluffy stuffed animal I loved.
If you cut it and look inside, your curiosity might
If you
be.
cut it and look... Oh, sorry.
I think
I don't know why I thought that was me.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Sometimes the fucking subtitles get weird. Your curiosity might be quelled, but the stuffed animal would be broken. I mean, you can sew it back. Fuck it. So even though you want to see, you can't. You understand that feeling, right?
The power of the endless witch can truly grant that wish. As I am now, I can slice the stuffed animal all I want. And yet, with a bit of magic, I can return it to normal and revive it. In other words, it means I've broken all limitations in this world. As I am now, I don't have to hesitate or give up an idea or anything. That joy, there's probably no one who can understand it. No one other than me, the Golden Witch.
As the witch let out a mad war cry, she revived Rudolph and Kyrie again. And faster than they could realize it, she killed them right away. And she made it known that something other than cotton was stuffed inside those two. Quit it, Ava!
Huh? Ah, it's you. How long have you been there?
In that gruesome hall, Hideyoshi appeared with his gun ready. The witch had sealed the mansion with a barrier, so Hideyoshi had nowhere to run. He probably picked up Rudolph or Kirie's gun and come back. That gun, which should have been something to be feared, was apparently no longer an object she took seriously now that she was overflowing with magical power. Her bold expression didn't flinch in the slightest. Why did you have to kill Rosa-san and Maria-chan? And Rudolph-kun and Kirie-san! Damn, Rudolph gets the kun, but Kirie gets the san?
Huh? I am the head of the Ushiromiya family, the Witch of Rokkenjima. Everything that occurs on this family is all up to me. Whether they happen to be alive or dead at any particular moment in time is meaningless to me.
You went mad after finding Father's gold. Just how high must that gold have been piled? I can't even imagine it. It must have been enough to steal away your sanity. But if there was that much gold, why didn't you think of graciously splitting it up? Dude, you know Ava. There's no way in hell she would have done that.
You misunderstand. All of that belongs to the Golden Witch. No one is qualified to touch it except me.
What are you? Don't tell me you're that thing Ava told me about long ago. The witch Ava from when she was young.
That's right. I'm me from my years as a girl. Been living in the heart of your wife, Ushiromiya Ava, full time. And I'm a witch. Ava became an adult by forgetting me, so she can't use magic.
All kids get their heads filled with innocent but cruel ideas sometimes. I don't think so. When I was young, I'd sometimes go around stepping on ants and pulling the wings off dragonflies. That's completely different than murder. However, I learned the importance of life and graduated from that cruel childhood age. Kids are cruel, Jack! And I'm very in touch with my inner child. Sorry, I just got a flashback of
What is that from?
Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
That's so funny.
That's what Sundowner says right before his boss battle. And that's the same guy who has the amazing quote, like the good old days after 9/11. And as reading this, both that quote came into my mind, and I realized that I'm kind of doing the Sundowner. I'm kind of using Sundowner's voice as inspiration for Hideyoshi. I didn't even realize.
So funny.
Oh. Right now, you really are a child. A personality that no Ava graduated from. That personality isn't Ava. It's a completely different human.
That's right. I am not Ushiromiya Eva. I am the Golden Witch, Beatrice. It's so fun not being bounded by any limitations. Pleasure of being able to do as I will with life and death is truly wonderful. I don't have to apologize for breaking a goldfish bowl. And I can tear stuffed animals up as much as I want.
Oh, yes, there's a crisp sound. Fuck yeah, Hideyoshi, that's my boy right there! It was the sound of Hideyoshi slapping the witch's face. Ow! Looking at the hall stained deep red with fresh blood, he should have been able to imagine how terrible the witch was. But without fear, without even hesitating, Hideyoshi had walked determinedly up to her and hit her on the cheek. You fool! Don't act like you're cruel, not when you're really a coward and a weakling. I'll correct that even nature of yours again if I have to. Wait, holy shit! Hideyoshi saw Ava and thought I could fix her? You fool! Fool!
Ouch. Hey. Hell.
Are the Chester sisters just standing there? You're a woman who understands how important, how fragile life is, aren't you? I'll make you remember. What are you calling a witch, you stupid fool? You're my wife! Don't want to say that to the child version of Ava. Ushiromiya Ava! If anything, you're a witch of the... Hideyoshi. If anything, you're the witch of the kitchen, who can always make the perfect snacks out of refrigerator leftovers in a flash. Jesus.
She's so real for that.
Won't you open your eyes, you fool?
She's so real for that, though. Didn't I just tell you that I'm not Ushiromiya Ava?
You stupid fool! You! You! As tears dripped down his face, Hideyoshi kept hitting the witch's head. Oh my god! He wasn't even pointing the gun at her anymore. Therefore, that sound of gunfire couldn't have come from the gun Hideyoshi was holding? That gun, which had fallen in the corner near Rudolph's corpse, was floating in the air, and smoke lingered near the barrel. And the bullet? Oh fuck! A red stain was slowly spreading across the chest section of Hideyoshi's vest. Even though his back was facing the barrel of the gun, the bullet had driven through Hideyoshi's chest.
Like I said, I'm not Ava. What a stupid, annoying man. You're a pain. It's the sacrifice of the sixth twilight to you. If only you just hidden under some bed, baking or something. I planned on letting you go. But no, you went to all the trouble of coming back. You really are a stupid man.
Thump! There was a dull sound as Hideyoshi fell to the floor. Even though death would have allowed him to escape from that pain, he resisted until the last second, and staring straight into the witch's eyes, he passed away. Because he had died without closing his eyes, the witch didn't realize that he was dead for a short while, and remained pinned by that gaze. So we make this one a new toy and play? At those words, the witch finally realized that Hideyoshi was dead.
Mm. Right. What'll we do?
The Siester's sisters were waiting for instructions. On the inside, they imagined the sorts of even more brutal orders their master might give. But the expression that rose to the witch's face looked as though she'd gotten over her excitement. She looked down at Hideyoshi's face, which still had tears dripping down it.
Such a killjoy. It's all this guy's fault. I'm done. Ronove, are you there?
Yes, right here.
Take care of the cleanup. I'll bet the predecessor Sama makes a fuss over this one. Please make it clean enough for that old hag to accept. I guess I'll follow the rules of the ceremony out of a sense of obligation to my predecessor Sama. Treat these 3 corpses as the 4th through 6th twilights. Lucifer, it's your turn.
Lucifer of Pride, right here.
Dig into these corpses and gouge them.
Into corpses?
That's right. Got a problem with that?
No. The 7 Sisters of Purgatory had their own sort of pride. It was the pride of a hunter, the pride of gouging prey that they had brought down themselves. However, being told to gouge a corpse that someone else had brought down ran contrary to that sentiment. Of course, the witch didn't mean it that way, but for the 7 Sisters, it was horribly humiliating. However, they had already screwed this up, with 2 of the sisters defeated, so they had no right to question her. Only Ronove appreciated this, and he rested his hand on her shoulder in understanding. This is an order from Beatrice Sama. Lucifer, carry these 3 and dispose of them in accordance with the etiquette of the ceremony. Then, when you are done, lend me a hand with the cleanup. Certainly. The witch looked down upon Hideyoshi's corpse as though implying that now the delicate atmosphere was all Hideyoshi's fault.
Stupid man. And you didn't even have to die.
Alright, that's where we'll end it, with Ava crying. Oh no. Yes? Alright. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Umineko. Lots of fun shenanigans in this
Pretty
one.
fun, I think.
Yeah, it was very
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
Got 2 new characters. Oh yeah. Bye for now.
Got a lore drop.
Got a lore drop. Got a lore drop. Bye for now, everybody.